camera lens real quick. Get a little more clarity in this thing. We're live. I'm out here, man. I'm about to go to the gym real quick. You know, and all that good stuff. But I just want to come on here and talk about this real quick. You know, I think it's a topic that first of all, greetings everybody. You know, I am J with Feeling Inspires. We here, we live. Virgo, Minister, Reverend, all that good stuff. I'm lock my doors real quick. Cut them boys out here. But yeah, so we want to talk about healing. What's good? Mrs. C is in the house. You know, it's Coco in the house. Oh, you gonna get family a little time to come in the room. Y'all know how it is. This is a live recording, a live video. For those who are wondering, looking at it after the playback. Okay? Okay. But yeah, I just want to talk real quick about healing and seeking validation. Jazz Nance is in the house. And y'all hit the like button as you come into the room too. Let them know where you're from. Let the people know where you're from. And all that good stuff. You know, because we're alive. You know. Okay, we're alive. We're alive. But yeah, man. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff going on lately. You know, in the media, news. You know, I keep up with a lot of relationship topics and stuff like that. And I'm always counseling and talking to people. And I noticed that for men and women, there's a lot of validation seeking and not enough healing seeking to me, just from what I've been seeing. And the validation is coming because a lot of people are not healed from maybe past relationships, pain, trauma they grew up with, and all that good stuff. You know, and it's pretty bad, pretty prevalent. I think that's the right word. You know, and so there's a lack of in people's hearts and minds and stuff like that, right? And so because that lack is there, you see, working on your healing. Yeah, yes, indeed. Because that lack is there, you know, it's not. They're seeking the wrong thing. They're seeking validation to cover up that lack of, you know, healing. Pretty much, almost like if you have a void in your life, sometimes people resort to drugs, sex, food, same concept, same thing, you know. But in this case, we're talking about validation. Now, I've seen seeking validation from men and women. The way men seek validation from women is a lot of them try to, you know, sleep with a lot of women to just cover up what they're feeling, or they try to pay their way to a woman, you know, buy a woman everything, you know, constantly and rapidly to show the woman that they are worthy, right? So they pretty much trying to buy the woman's validation rather than show the woman who they are, you know, and things like that, because they probably been hurt in the past, technical difficulties. They may have been hurt in the past, or whatever the case may be, you know. So the way guys seek validation is through that, you know, and they so afraid that a woman won't like them. But really, what's going on is when guys do that, a lot of them may be hurt, broken, they haven't healed from their past pains, relationships, stuff like that. So it shows up in a lot of different ways when it comes to guys, you know. But y'all, I'm about to do some driving, so y'all rock with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Rock with your boy. I'm about to go to the gym. You know, I just want to go ahead and play some game real quick. Hold on, let me get this stuff together. Yeah, so, and that's very telling. So when I'm talking about guys and women. So when a guy be seeking that validation like that, he'll do almost anything. He listens to almost anybody, right? Because as humans, we all naturally want to feel validated by somebody, and seeking validation is a very powerful thing, because it's this longing desire to matter, right? To be validated. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we want that so hard, so heavy, and so bad to, you know, you do almost anything just to be validated, man. Just to say I matter and this and that. When you gotta look inside, you know. So a lot of guys end up seeking validation through that. And like I said, just recap. A lot of times it comes through sex with guys. They're trying to sleep with a lot of women because it makes them feel like more of a man. Or they might try to buy a woman's validation. But look how much money I got. Look what I can do for you. You know, but they don't have the confidence in themselves as men to impress a woman, you know, just by who they are. So they got to make up for it. Or, like I said, they've been hurt in the past and they try to make up for it by any woman. And so when that happens, a guy has to check himself. He has to, he has to stop seeking validation, because you're going to always seek validation. And seeking validation also looks like trying to make every guy or every woman like you. You're never going to make everybody like you. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Everybody's not going to like you. That's just how it goes. And so don't be a people pleaser. Trying to get everybody's approval to like you. Every woman not going to like you. Every man not going to like you. You're not everybody's cup of tea. And that's cool. I do think we as people, especially in this country, we have a major problem with this, because we live in this social society where everything's out there. Everything's out there. Everybody got this. Everybody want to have the status and this and that. And you want to be validated by people that you don't know, who probably won't like you anyway. You know what I'm saying? For real. But it's the reality that we live in. And we're trying to get this validation from people, and it's harming us because it's a drug that you can never satisfy. And so, like I said earlier, a lot of that does come from brokenness. Y'all give me a second. Hold on. Yeah, a lot of that comes from a lot of brokenness. If you don't know where you're broken, if you don't know what you can stand for, if you don't know who you are, then when you get with somebody, man or woman, that person, you will always be seeking their validation, and they can sway how you feel all the time, right? And you don't want to be like that. And I'm not saying that you got to be emotionally unavailable to people, or like a hard outer shell to people, even if you're with somebody. That's not what I'm saying. Because if you're with somebody, you definitely want to be loving and empathetic and stuff like that. However, there's a thin line between that and being vulnerable and just trying to do any and everything. And most times you just need healing. And as a minister, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I talk to counselors all the time, not just on YouTube. This is what I've been doing for a long time. Just what I do, spiritual healing and stuff like that. And most people are just suffering from pain, suffering from brokenness, and they go from person to person, with that brokenness, and they wonder why every relationship is failing, and they just terrible, like they breaking down after every relationship, and they just starting out bad, or they entering into relationships very shaky. They on pins and needles on every relationship because they haven't healed and they just don't want it to go bad. But sometimes, many times, almost all the time, you have to stop, right? You have to stop, assess where you are, assess how you feel, assess what's been going on in your life, assess why the relationship ain't been working out, assess everything, and be honest with yourself. Because it's very hard for people to be honest with themselves here and today. Yeah, it's hard for people to be honest. It's hard for people to be honest with themselves a lot. And this dude won't let me over, man. Come on, stop playing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Atlanta, y'all. Y'all know how traffic is out here. But I hope y'all can hear me well. Yeah, so you gotta say it's hard for people to be real with themselves about where they are. Sometimes you just gotta admit, like, yo, I'm here. This is what happened. Now let's move forward. I'm talking about when you talk to yourself. You know what I'm saying? What's good, everybody? When you're talking to yourself, you gotta be honest with yourself. And find that healing that you need. Because you don't find the healing that you need, you're gonna always be seeking validation. to replace healing. Validation not gonna replace healing. You know, that's why sometimes people on social media, they might post something, technical difficulties, and they about to break down sometimes. You get like 2 or 3 likes on a picture, about to break down. All right, y'all, we struggling, man. We trying to get this stream to. If y'all can hear me, press 1. Don't seek validation. Seek healing. When you seek healing, you will validate yourself. And don't get me twisted. Don't get me misconfused. I don't want you to have the attitude of, I don't need anybody. That's not what I'm saying. I'm simply saying, before you enter into anything, have a sense of self-awareness, self-validation, self-pride, you know, self-esteem. And this goes for men and women. It's very important. Very important. Because I've been that person, you know, where I was a little insecure about myself, and I was getting validation from women in the wrong way, and it was never working out. Because when you seek validation from somebody, you can never please, you can never do this, it's never enough, you know, and you end up hurting yourself. You know, you end up hurting yourself. For real. And you don't want that. You be wondering why, you know, you not getting anywhere, because you're into a cycle. You know what I'm saying? You're into a bad relationship cycle. And you have to change the way you do stuff. I hope y'all can hear me. I think my stream a little choppy, but you know, hold on. Yeah, so yeah, healing is so important. So how do you heal? You know, there's many ways, and the ways that's been successful for me and many people I've talked to, you know, you have to take some time out for yourself. You have to take steps back sometimes. You know, you have to step away from things. You have to quiet your mind, quiet your environment. You know, quiet things in your life, because you gotta have a still mind, a still spirit. You know, you gotta be still sometimes. Not stagnant, but still. Peace. You know, you gotta have peace in your life. That's how you begin to heal. In some severe cases, I don't guess it's severe, but in many cases, you definitely got to get like therapy and stuff like that, and counseling. Do not be afraid to do that, or ashamed, or hesitant, because therapy and stuff like that, it works wonders. So I talk to people all the time. You know what I'm saying? It works wonders. Those are ways. Taking time out for yourself. I'm looking at the traffic, y'all. My bad. Taking time out for yourself, doing reading, praying, meditating. You know, listening to calm music, but reflecting on what you've been doing, what's been going wrong, and fixing things one by one. Don't try to fix everything that's ever been wrong in your life all at one, because you're gonna crash. And therapy and stuff like that, it does help, because many of the stuff that we go through or have been through, we can't fix on our own. That's just what it is. You know, you can fix some things, but you can't fix everything on your own, because you're just not equipped. Because if you could, you would have done it. You know what I'm saying? For real. Some people can, but most people can't. And most people I know that I talk to fall in the most people can't category. Of course, you have those outliers. You know, nothing is absolute. You have those people who can fix their entire life on their own. They can do everything on their own. They don't need no professional help. But I'm just throwing out a number. That's probably like maybe 3 to 4% of people, maybe 5%. You know, you have those people out there that can do that. But most of us need somebody to help. You know what I'm saying? Because we are communal beings. We're mammals. The mammals we go in groups. You know what I'm saying? And we need each other to heal. So we gotta get professional help. Definitely seek that out, because it's very important. But other ways, like I said, meditation, you know, meditation and stuff like that, you know. And meditation is simply, like I always explain, having quiet time to yourself, maybe reading, praying, just you, nobody else. You can have maybe 30 minutes, you need more than that, but 30 minutes a day or an hour a day, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night, where it's just you and nothingness, you know what I'm saying? And you in your space, you know, old people call it the prayer closet, you know what I'm saying? When you just go in your prayer closet, man, and just hash it out. Sometimes you might cry, you know, write stuff down. Writing and reading is intimate. I know a lot of ladies, for at least for the ladies, what helps a lot of ladies from my perspective, what I've seen is writing stuff down, because women have a lot of emotions and they need to get those emotions out. So writing stuff down in a journal, journaling, it helps a lot, because you know, when you're writing stuff down, you're really thinking, you're really dissecting what's wrong. You're just writing it out and you getting it out. You may not be saying it, but you getting it out, you know, and you gotta get that toxic out, you know. Some people do audio journaling, you know. I know a lot of ladies that do audio journaling. They got like tapes and tapes of them just speaking out their pain and talking about their pain, you know, and they getting it out. That's a form of meditation. Some people record their prayers and listen to it back while they go throughout the day. There's so many ways, you know. I mean, there's no one way to work for everybody. I'm just giving you all different things I've seen and experienced, and you know, throughout my walking ministry and my journey and stuff like that, and helping people, you know. But healing is a big thing that we need, you know. And also, another way to help healing is understanding that it's gonna take time. Healing is a process. It takes time. You don't have to take forever to do it now. Don't get me wrong, but you have to do it at your pace. You know, but don't take forever. Like, do it with a purpose. You know, heal with the purpose. Just like somebody break their leg on an accident, they might fall off a bike or something, get in a car accident. What the case may be, they break their ankle, their leg, or sprain their ankle. If they just sit around, you know, on that sprained ankle or that broken leg, it's gonna heal extremely slow. But when they do physical therapy on that leg heals much faster. The point I'm making is, even if you are broken and you're trying to heal, you gotta do something about your healing. You gotta heal with a purpose, heal with intention, heal with motivation, and saying, you know what, I'm completely broken, but I'm gonna get better. I'm dedicating to getting myself better. And so that way you give yourself an incentive, a motivation, and a drive to heal. You know, that's very important, because you don't want to be stagnant in healing. Because, you know, we as humans, you don't want to fall into a slump of always healing, you know. Just purpose with it, man, drive. And if you can, get an accountability partner. You know, some stuff you do need to do by yourself, but a lot of stuff you got to have an accountability partner. And you know, and so I know some of y'all might be worried about putting a burden on other people. You know, just hit somebody that you know that you're cool with. You know, y'all can maybe even have like texting, you know what I'm saying, or like a group message, like every morning somebody sending something positive in the group message, like, hey, get up, let's go. You know, it don't have to be them carrying the weight of what you're going on. There's so many ways. I'm just giving y'all different ideas that helps. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real. Can y'all hear me? Because my screen look choppy. Look, it's choppy. I'm in this Atlanta traffic, man. I'm trying to get to the gym. But yeah, take some time out for yourself, man. Oh, y'all, okay, y'all can hear me good. We good. You know. Reading. Did I say reading? Did I mention reading? Reading positive things. Because reading is intimate as well. You know. Because these things trigger, they trigger your mind, you know, to get up and do something. They trigger your mind that something is happening. And you are analyzing. You know, for real. So that's why I'm saying seek healing and not validation, because validation is not going to get you nowhere. Like I said, I understand, because we all want to be validated. It's just a normal human desire to be validated, to be seen, loved, but it's unrealistic to try to please everybody. You just can't. And again, going back to what I said earlier, every man is not gonna like you. Every woman is not gonna like you. To the fellas and to the ladies, but to the fellas, every woman not gonna like you. Every woman's not your cup of tea. You can be the best man walking. You know what I'm saying? Got everything in order. There's gonna be some woman out there be like, I don't want that, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You don't. That don't mean you gotta go into depression, ladies. Is not every man's cup of tea. You can be the most perfect woman, in everything, but it doesn't mean it wasn't gonna be a man about like, I don't want that, and that's cool. That's fine. You're not put on this earth for everybody to like, for every man to like you. And I think we try to do that. I used to try to do that. I used to think, not wholeheartedly, but I used to kind of think like every woman had to like me. You know what I'm saying? Like every woman had to like me. And women didn't. I was like, what's going on with me? I'm like, no, we don't. That's just so unrealistic. That's that validation, that fake validation, that we've learned. We've grown to learn over time. And you gotta get it out your system. Ooh, son, gotta get it out your system. Don't seek healing, baby. Don't seek validation. And so when you do find that healing, the validation will come from the right places. The validation will come from the right places. That's just how it is. But back to healing, I want to spend a lot of time on healing. Some of y'all don't know that you're broken, and I'm talking to men and women. And the stuff I'm saying, like I said, as a minister, as a counselor, I've seen this. I've been through it personally. In all which ways. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all don't know that you're broken, because at one point I didn't know I was broken. At one point when I was broken, until I started to try to love and stuff like that, and I was like, what's going on? It's almost like walking on a broken leg. You think your leg is healed, but you started walking, you're like, I ain't ready yet. But you don't find out until you start doing. You gotta that. But anyway, you have to recognize that you're broken, or you haven't had a proper healing, and you're carrying on from relationship to relationship. And so when you are like this, again, this is for men and women. When you are like this, you end up hurting the people that you're with, and you don't. The worst thing you can do is ruin a relationship that's perfect for you, or a person that's perfect for you. I've done it before, where the woman was, I think I spoke on this before, but the woman was, she was perfect for me. What I'm saying? She was in a good place, and she was everything that I asked for in a woman. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, yeah, that's what I want. But I was broken, and I was unhealed. You know what I'm saying? I ended up messing it up, and I ended up making her mad. Well, not making her mad, but making her a little, broken. Hurt people. And I also, one time, I think I told you about this as well, where I started dating a woman, and I realized that I was broken. I broke it off, or I stopped the relationship. I was like, you know what? I realized that I'm broken. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think I was not broken. Well, I thought I was healed, but now I see that I'm not. And I don't want to ruin you, and I don't want to ruin your idea of me and what you think of me. So it'd be best to be split and things like that. She didn't like it. She thought I was playing and lying and trying to talk to other women, but I wasn't. I just didn't want to ruin her. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew. At that point, I realized, like, yo, I'm just not in a good place, man. know. And like I said, she didn't believe me at first because all she felt like, oh, you know, you playing, I'm on this relationship, this and that. But I'm like, nah, man, it ain't none of that. It just I see now what I didn't see before, you know. And I'm sorry that we are here, but it's better that you leave or we end this now while we're both in a good place. We have respect for each other. Ain't nobody cussing nobody out. You know what I'm saying? Than for me to go ahead knowing that I have these issues and then having things go completely sour. Now you broken. You know what I'm saying? Now we two broken people mad at the world. You know, it happens. It definitely happens. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so search yourself, man. Look inside. You know, seek God. Do some praying. You know, now, come on, man. I'm sorry, I want y'all to see my road rage. I got a little road rage. You know, we in Atlanta, man. You know, Atlanta got some bad traffic. Don't come to Atlanta, y'all, because it's bad traffic. I mean, if you come to see me, come see me. But anyway, hold on, let me just. Like, the ridiculousness of Atlanta traffic is beyond comprehension. You know? But anyway, stay focused. So yeah, man, that healing is a very important thing. And a lot of people don't think they need healing, but a lot of people do need healing. You know, most people are like, oh, not me. I'm good. But the truth is, yes, you. You know, because it's real. But um, sorry, y'all, I'm trying to drive this little driveway. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And healing is very, very important. You know, I don't know why my feed is so choppy. So I was going to the gym, but I think about to do a bike ride. I'm in a cycling group, as y'all can see. So once again, can y'all hear me? We hear y'all can hear me. Just make sure y'all can hear me, man, because on my end it's very okay. Y'all can hear me one. There you go. Press one. It's just very choppy. It's looking like a robot. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's stay focused. As long as y'all can hear me, get this good game. But yeah, man, healing is very, very important. Uh, definitely make it happen before you move on to the next relationship. You know, because I'm telling you, you will end up hurting that person. That just say you get the perfect person that's for you, and you don't want to mess that up just because you're not healed, and you'll end up blaming them for stuff. Excuse me, that they didn't even do. Yeah, healing is critical, and so, um, what a lot of people do, men and women, I've seen, and I've done it myself. You know, you make your future person pay for the mistakes of the person that did you wrong, and we got to stop that. You know, we got to stop that, man, because they ain't had nothing to do with that. You know, and that's how you know you might need some healing. Now it doesn't mean not be cautious. It doesn't mean that you don't you just ignore things. But what I'm saying is, which I think is very understandable, is, you know, give a legitimate person a chance that you want to date. You know, and if you start to see things, address it in the right way. You know, if you start to see things like, hey, and also once you start really dating somebody, let them know, like, you know, you don't have to do it on the first date, but, you know, let the person know, like, look, I've dealt with this particular thing in my past, and, you know, these kind of things bother me, you know, and just be open and honest with a person, because that way, if something does happen, you know, you don't just blow up on this person, and be like, yo, see, you just like my ex, you just like this person, you just like that person, da 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 da. This is why, this is why, this is why. And this person like, wait a minute, who? You know what I'm saying? What? What? Cause that happened to me before, and I'm talking from a male perspective, but I'm talking to men and women. That happened to me before. Like, girl just blew up on me for something. You know, it was something minor, but it was just like, as soon as it happened, she was like, this is why all men. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa, really? You know, that's how I was feeling. I was like, ah. But had she like, communicated to me before, like, oh look, certain things bother me, or even if there was a problem, she'd be like, look, you did this and that bothered me. I've dealt with that in my past. My ex did that. And I don't like when people do that. It makes me feel X, Y, and Z. That's a better way to handle it. Then I'd be like, oh dang, okay, I understand. My fault. Well, this is what I was thinking. This is what happened, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? That's real. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. And but yeah, so that healing is important, man. And so communicate with people, because if you don't communicate and let the person know what you've been through, like I said, you don't have to do all this on like first date. This is through time, you know, so people y'all can understand each other, because it's super important, and they will understand when something happens. That's part of healing as well. Cause I'm telling you, I've seen people just leave great potential relationships on the first little mistake. You know, I'm like, wow, you could have had, you could have had wife and kids, and you know what I'm saying. And I mean, I'm talking the first mistake within reason, but you know what I'm saying. I was like, wow. But yeah, man, you gotta look through your heart and see where you're broken at. And like I said, a lot of people don't want to admit this brokenness, you know, and they might be, and also insecurities leads to seeking validation from people. We all have some insecurities or have had insecurities. So identify your insecurities and fix them, or understand your insecurities. I don't know everybody's insecurity. I'm just saying, because if you don't, you will be seeking this validation from people because you're insecure about something. Yeah, well, good, Christina. Man, we out here. Yeah, you got insecurities are draining, man. I'm telling you, just from a man perspective. I did this chick one time, and you know, she had major insecurities. I was like, yo, you need to get together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it came from her past and her dating. And I was like, her insecurity was killing the relationship. And I believe we all have some insecurity. You have to keep them in check and be real about them. And so this chick, I mean, she was a beautiful chick. I mean, beautiful. But sometimes the most beautiful women have the most insecurities. I don't know what's up with that. But she was, not I'm about to say crazy, but she was like hella insecure. You know, I think she was, um, her insecurity was actually her beauty, because she didn't know who was being real with her. You know what I'm saying? And she actually thought everybody looked better than her. And I was like, she was just very insecure about it. And so, um, when I say every woman was a threat, I mean every woman was a threat. I was like, girl, is my mom a threat? Goodness gracious, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I mean, that's how it was. And yeah, that's how it was. I'm like, look, it's cool, man. But I was like, look, I know a lot of people, okay? You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? I shake a lot of hands. I kiss a lot of babies. You know what I'm saying? And people know me, man. I'm the life I live. I'm not like super popular and nothing like that, but I be out here. The work I do caused me to be amongst the people. So people just like, yo, what's up? What's up? I'm a community man. It's like people know me. Young people, old people, grandmamas, granddaddies. You know what I'm saying? But to her, it was like I don't think she ever like being with a guy who lived the life that I live, so to speak. Cause I know I'm in ministry, and she couldn't take it. And it wasn't like, and she was acting like I was living the life of a celebrity or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm walking around Chris Brown or somebody. That's how she was acting, and it was nowhere near that. I'm like, yo, you tripping? You know what I'm saying? You know. So we had to talk about it, and she was insecure about it because the things in her past and this and that. And I was like, hey, you know. So yeah. So yeah, our insecurities can cause a lot. I'm trying to figure out the insecurities I had. I haven't had a lot of insecurities. Um, I think maybe I don't know. I really don't know what insecurities I had. I think it was most maybe pleasing people or not being enough. I think she may have had the same insecurity of not being enough. So I didn't have an insecurity about not being enough for women. I had a security about not being enough for people. 'Cause Virgos, I'm a Virgo. People please, not people pleasers, but um we like to see everybody happy. We don't like to see people unhappy, and we like to. You can say people pleasers, but we're not like seeking to please people because we don't care. But at the same time, the things that we do, we want to make sure that people are pleased and happy with the things that we do. About our own actions. And so I had some insecurities about that because I'm a perfectionist in my mind. I always wonder if is it enough, or what this person thought about what I did. You know, so I had to check that. And she had insecurities about um was she just enough woman. I say a lot of women have those insecurities. Are they enough? Huh. And I guess that's why people be getting like injections and stuff like that. Mm. My lips a little dry, man. Y'all wasn't gonna tell me, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So, but yeah, you really gotta look inside and identify those things, and like look at your relationships. Look at what the guy was saying to the ladies. Look at what guys were saying that you dated about what they said it was wrong or what the problem was. Just analyze it and see it. And for the guys, do the same thing. Look at what the women said that your problem was, and just analyze it. Just sit down and analyze it. You ain't got to tell nobody to analyze it. See what her sign was? Oh, she was a Pisces, man. Y'all know I'll be talking about Pisces. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So just analyze what they say. See if it match up. You know, and just work on some of those things. But the biggest part of the thing, what I'm saying is healing, man. I'm telling y'all, seek healing because you want to be a whole person when you go to a relationship. You want to be happy because when you're happy, fully happy, you make that person happy. It bleeds off into your kids. I mean, it just, you know, it goes full circle when you're truly happy. When you truly have that joy from healing, you just have to heal because your body be better. Everything, your aura be better. And so, when a woman is fully healed, it's a beautiful thing because you know women are like the keepers of culture. You know, they are the nurturers. So it's important for them to be healed because they are the ones that instill culture and love into the children, right? And so if you instilling that to the children, you don't want to instill brokenness because it's gonna feed off because they have no other place to get it from but you. You know, I don't have kids, but I'm saying that's how I go though. I know that's how I go. And so it's also important for men to be healed because they are the leaders, the conquerors, the providers. You know, the ones who point the way, the direction. You know, you don't want to be a broken leader. You know, you don't want to be an unhealed man because you can't lead correctly because you're going to lead the family into a bad place. So you see how the responsibility of both man and woman, the duty that they have to be healed, because no, well, I don't say no, but it just the responsibilities that they have. It's important that they be whole because it works. It all works in tandem. You know what I'm saying? It's a really important thing because the result we see the results of not being healed. You know, it bleeds up to your family, your children, your relationships, and it creates more broken people. And it's so many broken people out here today. They're just going on and on and on, and it's like a cancer. They create more toxic people. Yeah, toxic. We said at the same time they create more toxic people, and they angry. And I'm talking about men and women. You know, it's like they have a virus. They can't be cured. They can be cured, but they have a virus, and they don't realize that they just infecting everybody they get to. You know, everybody else the problem. You know, sometimes we are the problem, and that's just real. And that's hard to admit. Sometimes we are the problem. Self, you know what I'm saying? It's like that sometimes. Nobody's perfect. That's why self-reflection is crucial. Sometimes you gotta hold yourself accountable and be like, yo. And I'm not talking about cases where the other person did something. Did for this conversation. I'm strictly talking about self. You know, healing and looking within. What can we do to be better for ourselves, for the next person? You know what I'm saying? You say it don't matter the sign, depends on the person, upbringing. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, signs play a role, just traits of how people are. But upbringing is definitely the way. That's why I date people. I want to know their background. I'm like, I be asking ladies like, yo, okay, y'all heard me say this a couple weeks ago. I'm like, okay, I want to know about how you was raised, was your father in the house, was your mother in the house? You know, what kind of life did y'all lead or live? You know, I need to know it all. I need to know where your people from, y'all culture, how they feel about certain things. I need to know this stuff because this stuff gonna come out in the rinse and the wash. You know, so when we get down to it, your beliefs, your upbringing and everything, what your mom and daddy put in you, all is gonna come out when we really get down to it. It may not come out in the beginning, but when we really get down to it, it's gonna come out. Kids and stuff like that, and you're gonna be the one instilling these thoughts and customs into our children. I can't have that. Can't have that. That's why it's very important, you know, for the man, for the woman you choose, you know, have a child with. It's very important because if you choose the wrong woman, man, it's a wrap for your kids, man. That's just the truth. But it all goes back to healing. You know what I'm saying? Please, please, please. And healing is a process, a daily thing. And you have to make it happen. You're not just gonna heal on your own. Like I said earlier, you have to intentionally heal. Just like if you sprain your ankle or break your leg, you go to physical therapy to get that leg and that ankle back on track to the best of its ability. It's intentional. It's every day. It may hurt, but you working that thing every day. Every day, you get a little better and a little better until you back running again. So you need to do some physical therapy on your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Some physical therapy on your heart, and your mind. Because if you're broken, and you're just sitting around broken, nobody coming to save you. And I'm telling you, this again, it's go to men and women. I have to say that every few minutes because people are like, you just don't do that. You know, nobody come and save you, man, because this world don't care. Some people care, but the world don't care. You know, so you gotta get up and make it happen. You gotta be like, look, I'm gonna make this happen some way or another. And you may not have all the answers starting out, because if you had all the answers starting out, you'll be healed. You gain answers. That's why I say seek healing, seek knowledge. Y'all feel me? Seek it. I mean, you gotta go find it. And little by little, you start to build the pillars of your heart and stuff like that, and you be back whole to where you need to be. And so then, when you get to that relationship that you want and that ideal relationship that you desire, you ready. You pouring into him, he pouring into you, or you pouring into her, she pouring into you. There's nothing more powerful than two healed people. I'm telling you. Nothing more powerful than two healed people. And don't get me wrong, we go through stuff. We go through stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why earlier I said the therapy, do not discount that. Do what you need to do, is what I'm saying. Whatever you need to do to get healed, you do that. Don't cut no corners. Don't shave a little bit off the top. Just go do it. Go get that healing. Because it's for you. It's almost like if it's like when your car break down or something, you don't necessarily cut no corners to get your car fixed, because if you don't get your car fixed in the right way, you might get it quick fix, but 50 miles down the road you're gonna break down again and you're gonna spend more money. So just take care of it. Do what you need to do to get that car fixed, so you can have a sustainability. It can get you where you need to go for a sustained amount of time. So do that same thing with your mind, your heart, your body. Because we overlook this healing thing all the time, as if it don't matter, and it matters. And like I said, we end up blaming other people for our own brokenness, for our own angers, our own triggers, and they ain't got nothing to do with it. In some cases, in many cases, I'm not saying all cases, but I see it too much, man. I see it all the time. In college, when I was in college, I I was a chaplain in college as well as drum major. So I was chaplain at the school, right? So my peers and colleagues would come to me for prayer and stuff like that, and we just talk. Okay, that's just what I did. So I've been doing this thing for a long time, y'all. And some of the ladies would come to me talking about, they had a lot of relationship problems. And one girl in particular, I remember, she'd be crying and crying about this dude. He doing her wrong. He doing this. He doing that. I was asking her, I said, okay, so tell me what y'all doing. Like, what's happening here? You know what I'm saying? So basically, she spent about 30 minutes talking, but I figured out what the problem was within like 2 minutes, because basically she and he pretty much had a sexual agreement, and that's what it was. That's what he was looking at, but she was looking at something different, and they ended up kind of dating this and that, but the premise was that, and she was expecting more, and she was seeing him with other women and this and that. So basically I was like, look, and plus she went through a lot, and she went through a lot of situations like that. It wasn't just him, he was just the next person, and I told her, I said, look, you need to stop that. That's your problem. I ain't say it like that, but I was like, yo, that's your problem. You doing the same thing with every guy and expecting different results. It's not gonna happen. And you think it's gonna happen, so it's tearing your heart up, it's breaking your heart. And now you seeing men as these terrible people as these terrible human beings, but they really just doing what they do, you know, because you starting out doing this thing, and now you're super broken. And you need to back up from guys, stop for a while, reevaluate, restructure your life, restructure what you want to do, restructure what you want, and how you want to get it. You know, I like you thinking. I said you viewing sex as love, and it's not that. You know, so you trying to have sex with these guys in order for them to love you, thinking that's how they work. That's not how they work. That's your issue. Sex is not love. At least it's not love for guys. You know, it don't. It's not. It's just not. Men and women are different. It just don't work like that for guys. You know, some yeah maybe, but no. You know what I'm saying? But that was her problem. And I was trying to help her. I said, look, you need to stop. I was trying to educate her first. Like, look, I don't think her father was there to let her know what it is. So she did what she thought was best. I get it. But like I said, she was crying and stuff like that, and wondering why this guy is acting this way. Because think about it, if sex equals love to you, and you doing that, and you wondering why this guy don't like you, it will break your heart. It will break your whole paradigm of what you think. You know, I had to tell her that. You know, I had an ex-girlfriend was like that, man. She viewed sex as love. I said, look, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? I was like that. I was like, I don't know. I like, how do we end up together? Because that ain't it, baby. That ain't it, baby girl. That's not what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I'm looking for. You know. But she was broken, and I'm telling. I've seen this over and over and over in women. I'm telling y'all, and I'm not saying it to like in a bashing way. I'm telling you what I've seen. You know, and in most of those cases, I would say about 97% of those cases, um, the father or male figure were not there to guide them and let them know what men think and how men operate. And it's not to demonize men, it's just a different form of operation. You have to know what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You have to know what you're dealing with. You know? But from what I've seen, the lack of sexual understanding of oneself have led to a lot of brokenness in women at an early age. Maybe the ones that's older kind of figured it out, but especially ones like in high school, even up until like 20s, man, like maybe 30. You know what I'm saying? It's real. You know, and like I said, being in ministry, man, I talk to a lot of people. When I talk to guys, it don't ever be. Most guys I talk to, it's never about sex. As far as like relationships, it's actually it's never about sex, but it's not. That's not the basis of it. It's a part. It's a part of the conversation. But they more so be broken just from, you know, maybe a woman treating them bad, or they didn't know how to treat a woman, or they just broken, or they got this and that going on. But it's almost rarely about sex with guys. You know, when I talk to ladies, it's more so about that. But they don't realize that they don't realize how big a part of it is. You know, and they just skip right over it. And they be, I'm telling, I talk to ladies, I be trying to tell them, I be like, slow down, we gotta talk about that part. Cause you skipping over something that's important. But to them, it doesn't matter. They like, oh yeah, you know. I'm like, no, bring it back. Because I'm trying to help you. You can't skip over that. We gotta talk about this. Because it affects men and women differently. You know. And it's leading to your brokenness. That's really why I'll be talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And so you just have to understand. I mean, I love you too, man. We here. You have to understand what you're dealing with, man. But I'm telling you, I talk to a lot of ladies like that, and I'm like, wow, man. You know, you're trying to give them a better understanding of who they are, what they're dealing with, you know. Because once you have that, you know how to move. You know how to operate. You know, so you know where to go, and things like that. And some of this stuff, maybe some of y'all are hearing for the first time. I don't know. But it's real. It's real. But yeah, those two things, I was like, man. So I was talking to that young lady. I was like, if you do this in this way, you get better results from guys. Cause one, you gotta heal from your pain of all the guys that you been with. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to like shame her or nothing like that. I was just telling the truth. I said you need to slow down, just stop. Not confront those guys. Confront your past and your heart, and say, okay, you have to come to the reality that, dang, I messed up with all these people. That can be a harsh reality to come to, but sometimes you have to come to it and admit it. What's done is done. You know, you admitting it, you coming to the conclusion because you want to move past it. Because if you don't move past it, it's gonna always haunt you. You're like, okay, yeah, I messed up this many times for whatever reason. I ain't know, da 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 da. But now, here I am, and what am I gonna do about it? That's it. It's really that simple. I mean, it's more intricate than that, but it's that simple. And me and that women have to come to that conclusion. Like, man, like I talk to a lot of guys who um they messed up with a lot of women in their past, right? They were just running through women because they may not have had their father there to show them how to be disciplined and how to really handle women and to handle their own actions. So they listen to music, society. They were just running through the women because they thought that's what it should be. I'm telling you, I talked to a lot of guys who they really, these more younger guys, but they really think that's how it goes. I'm telling you. I just watched a documentary on, y'all know Tupac, my favorite artist, but it was more so, it was about the people who was around Suge Knight at Death Row, Death Row Records back in the day. And one of the guys who was like the security, he was like a gangster. He was talking about how he was raised. He was talking about how he came up, because he came up in the hood and stuff like that. But he was basically saying that all he knew was have a good time, run through women, be in the hood, get it how you live. He really thought that was the way. And he knew it was kind of reckless, but he thought that was the way until he got a little older and saw, like, yo, I don't have to do that. That ain't the way, you know? And so I brought it up because some guys I talked to, they run into the same problem. Not all of them, but a lot of them, they had that same experience. They thought that what it was, but it caused a lot of brokenness in them because they do that, and they may run into a good woman that they really like for real, and now they got all these bad habits of running through women, and they don't know how to stop with this good woman. They want to, you know what I'm saying, but they have so many bad practices. They like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and they actually fall in love with this good woman, and she might end up leaving, or whatever the case may be, and now they broken. And this may happen a few times. They end up broken, and now they angry at women, so they go back to their ways of just running through women. It's a cycle. It's real talk. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This stuff really be happening. I talk to people all the time, you know, and I'm like, wow, you know, and they have to learn. It's like, okay, so when guys go through that, they have to stop and say, okay, my actions has caused a lot of brokenness, and I don't want to, I don't want my next woman to, I don't want to do her wrong. I don't want to do this. Well, how can I not let that happen? So they have to assess what they've been doing, relearn it, get some healing, get some therapy, get some education of how to be as men, as how to be disciplined and stuff like that. And it's just understanding what you're doing, your actions and stuff like that. Because unfortunately, well, I ain't say unfortunately, but many times men, they come to their senses about what they're doing when they have a child. If they are in that life, like being broken and not being healed, a lot of times a child, especially a little girl, they having like a baby girl, it will snap them into reality many times, not all the time, but in many cases. I've seen that too. Because now they be like, oh, now they have the sense of, you know, somebody, I'm responsible for somebody. This ain't going nowhere. I don't want this bad thing to happen to her. It's a whole thing. I don't have no kids, but I'm telling friends, it's been happening. You know, and a lot of times they snap guys into reality. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there are cases where some guys you don't know it work for them. You know, but the ones that do snap into reality, it's not talked about as much. It's not promoted as much. What's more so promoted is like the deadbeats and stuff like that. But it's another side to the story. I understand like the deadbeats, they, I guess they need to be called out or whatever. But that ain't the whole. That ain't the whole. So it's more to these stories out here. You know what I'm saying? Because the deadbeat, those are the ones get the headlines and stuff like that. Get the people pointing. That's right. Da da da. He ain't this. You know. But I like to focus on the non-popular stuff because you can find education in that. For real. So that's why I be trying like that's why I be uploading as many videos as I like because I be out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I be out in the community, man, talking to people and just trying to help my people heal. Doing what I'm called to do. You know, and it's taxing sometimes, time consuming. You know what I'm saying? But it is so real. It is so real. But my main point of all this, healing. Seek healing and not validation. You know? And I know some people listening may be completely and utterly broken. I was there. But start from right there. Start from right there. You got to start because ain't nowhere to go but up. You know what I'm saying? And where's go up? You have to start right there. Start little by little. You may want to get into like a find like if I'm a minister, so find like a church or something. People who have there are a lot of churches, even if you're not religious, there are still a lot of churches that have services that have counselors. So I know some people hesitate like, well, I'm not a Christian, I'm not into that. Da da da. That's cool. That's cool. But still, the churches they have services that's for the community, no matter what you into or not into. I know my church we have all type of services like counseling, stuff for women, stuff for children, stuff for the homeless, and you could be anything. You could be an atheist and still get these services. I'm telling you. So if you're looking for service, you only way look at find a church in your area, because most time 9 times out of 10 they will help you. They will point you in the right direction because the agencies they work with local churches because most churches are intertwined with the community. So these services they come to the churches and offer their services and stuff like that. I'm telling you, most churches have services, especially with therapy and healing, different things for women and children. And I say churches because it's more of a personal. You can find a lot of personal relationship with people in churches if you need healing, and most of them not trying to convert you. If you're not religious, they'll speak about it. Don't get me wrong, because it's a church, but professional people, even at churches, they'll talk about it. They're like, hey, we are a church and this and that. Even if you're like, I'm not into it, they be like, okay, what help do you need? And they'll let you decide if you want to be at this church for the religious part or not. But a lot of people at the church are good people. It's like a lot of grandmas and you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that you can really have somebody can call because that's what they are there for. A lot of these people, their calling is to help people. And so you can gain a friend where you can call here and there and talk about these things and have a confidant. That's why for men and women, that's why I really suggest you find a local church. You know what I'm saying? or something like that to begin your healing process. Because again, you can't do it on your own. You can't do it on your own, because if you could, you would have done it. So realize that you can't do it on your own. Y'all repeat after me. You can't do it on your own. You know what I'm saying? Because we are communal people. So reach out to people. Start somewhere. I'm telling you, if you were totally broken, just don't know what to do, you just can't pull yourself up. You need somebody to pull yourself up. You need some help. That's just what it is. Because I was there before. You know, so I know what I'm talking about. I mean, I was completely broken one time. I was like, yo. And I'm a very strong person. I'm a very strong-willed, strong-minded. You know, I'm the type of person, I don't need much help from people. You know what I'm saying? Even though I do, I don't need much help from people. So even I was like, dang, I gotta reach out to somebody, man. And I did. You know? And I had to realize that, yo, I can't do it on my own. I can't do it by myself. You know, it's not. Don't be embarrassed. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? This healing is important, and the thing that I ain't gonna say affect us. I'm not even gonna say affect us the most. But one of the things that make one of the greatest impacts on our emotions is brokenness from relationships. That's just what it is. Because heartbreak is a real thing. You know, it is. And also, somebody said it earlier, excuse me, upbringing. You know, some of us didn't get love from a mother, maybe our father, you know, and we end up seeking that validation through men, through women, and, you know, giving up a lot of ourselves to this person, trying to get that validation that we didn't get as a child. You know, trauma. So we gotta get that. You gotta get that healing, baby. You know what I'm saying, baby girl, baby boy. You gotta get that healing. And healing's a good thing. You gotta see it as a good thing. You gotta see it as you getting food. You know what I'm saying? Look at it in a positive light, not a negative thing. I know sometimes people say you need healing. We look at it has a negative connotation, like you the problem of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at it like that. Just look at it like, look at it as you ain't doing nothing that nobody else hasn't done. Every single person that ever walked this earth, besides Jesus himself, and he needed healing. Okay? Every person in the Bible, every person in the Quran, every figure you can think of, you know, even Superman needed healing. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. So you ain't no different. You just human. So a lot of people, cause I'm saying this stuff because a lot of times when we need healing, we look at it as we just this outlier person or this freak that I'm the only human that needs healing. What's wrong with me? Nothing wrong with you. You human, and like every human, you need healing. You know what I'm saying? So look at it. I'm saying this so you can take the pressure off yourself, and like, you know what? Hey, I need it. I gotta go get it. And that's why I'm really stressing and trying to drive home the point. You know, and like I said, just reiterating, before you seek out professional services, you know, the things you can do on your own is meditation. You know what I'm saying? Creating quiet spaces in your house, your apartment. You got to demand these things. You okay? You know, you got I don't care. You got to demand at least 30 minutes a day to yourself. And that ain't enough, but at least where you just quiet, this and that. You know, you say you took 3 years to heal, 3.5 years. Yeah. You know, you gotta have it. You gotta find it somewhere. So I don't know everybody's situation, but I know some people in some really tough situations. Sometimes some people live with their family and they just can't go nowhere. You know, I get it. You know, somewhere, somehow, find a time, man. If you got to walk down the street and sit, you know, at the park, which I do all the time. You know, if you got to go in the backyard, you know, if you got to go to McDonald's and get some fries to just sit in the thing for 30 minutes, do that. Get some headphones. You know what I'm saying? Go to McDonald's, get some fries or something. I don't like fast food like that. It's unhealthy, but I'm just saying, you feel me? You get a salad. You know, go to McDonald's, get a salad, and sit, you know, in a play area or something just for like 30 minutes. Do something, because when you do this consistently, it's gonna help you. You know, so I'm telling you to do things that you can help with the healing process. So quiet time, reading, writing, meditating. I'm telling you, these things you can do right now, today. But be consistent with it, because when you're consistent with it, it helps. Consistency matters. If you do it one time, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's just like trying to lose weight. If you work out today and you're trying to lose 10 pounds and you work out for 3 hours and don't work out no more, then that's it. You lost. You wasted time. You wasted 3 hours. You wasted 3 hours because, you know, consistency matters. You know what I'm saying? Consistency. So stay consistent with what you got going on, you know, with the healing, the meditation, the reading, music. Get some calm music. Also, try to cut out things that that's been a distraction to your life. It might be people. It might be social media. Sometimes social media is a big effect on our lives. Sometimes I go on like social media breaks all the time, because I don't want to see what everybody got going on all the time. So cut it off, for real. We can get intertwined with things. I love social media. I love viewing things on this and that, but sometimes I cut everything off. Like, look, I don't want to hear what this guy got to say. This is my favorite YouTuber. This is my favorite podcaster. I don't want to hear nobody got to say sometimes. I like, I need to be with my own thoughts. What do I think? You know what I'm saying? So y'all might have to cut me off sometime. You know what I'm saying? For real. It's real. Don't cut me. Don't y'all cut me off, man. That's messed up. But do what you gotta do. But yeah, I mean, eliminate some things for a while. Quiet. Do you know what it feels like to be with you every day? With your own thoughts. A lot of times we are scared of our own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? We are scared of our own thoughts. Our own quietness. Quietness scares people because they're left alone with their thoughts. But sit down, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? And hear yourself. Work out your own thought. You'll be amazed at the things you come up with. I'm telling you. Anybody ever wrote a book or anything like that? You got to sit and do it. So yeah, cut these things off for a while. Music. Get some music around you. Some good calming music that's uplifting. For those of you who pray, do a lot of praying. I do a lot of praying. Obviously, praying, talking to God. Asking God to give you direction, asking for discernment. Asking God to help you with your healing. With your direction. Ask Him to do that. Because it's very important and it's very real. What are some other things? I already said reading, writing, stuff like that. Oh, walks. Going for walks. As an earth sign, I love being out in nature, and it helps me tremendously. I love sitting by the water and just sitting. Where every time I go to the city, I find like what's the largest body of water I can find, and I go sit by it. I'm supposed to be going to Miami in June. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miami. Also, another form of healing is food. Watch the food that you eat. You are what you eat. Because sometimes food does trigger our emotions. And that's real. So, I'm telling y'all, real. So, you might want to cut back on things, especially like fatty food, junk food. Cut back on them. I'm telling you, these things have an effect. And try not to eat like junk food and sweets before bed, because it affects how you sleep. It does affect how you sleep, because these things are supposed to be in your body like that anyway. So if you eat junk food before you go to bed and you lay down on it, your body's trying to process all this junk food, and you can start having like nightmares for real. You have bad dreams and stuff like that, and you wake up sluggish. You don't wake up feeling fresh, So you need to like, yeah, hit the gym, stress reliever, So you need to buy some fruits and vegetables. Stock your house with fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables. Don't get nothing seedless. And just put it throughout your house. You know what I'm saying? Eat some fruit before you go to bed. I'm telling y'all, I do this. You will see a major difference in the way you feel. Eat some fruit before you go to bed. Don't like let go sodas and stuff like that. Sweets. For a lot of ladies, sweets really affect you really heavy. You know, I'm telling you, just change it. And these are small things you can do that make a big impact. Cause food directly affects how you feel. You ever been sad and then you start eating ice cream, now you feel better? That's that's the effects of food. You know, that's the effect of food. So you change things up. But what I'm telling you, do this consistently. Like eat some fruit before you go to bed, and watch how you feel when you sleep, and then when you wake up, you be like, damn, I feel a lot better. Your body processing the natural stuff that it needs. You know. Also, eat some fruit before you go to bed. Eat some when you wake up. Because I think they say between the hours of like 7 a.m. and like maybe noon, you know, your body processes foods differently. When you eat those fruits and vegetables, it wakes you up more. It gives you more energy. You know what I'm saying? And so these things help you in your healing. So healing is a process, like I told you. So when you do these things, you can be like, okay, I'm starting to see an effect. So when you're trying to heal, you gotta don't hold no punches. Do everything you need to do everything you need to do, because your physical is just important as the internal. So yeah, I would say food is a big one. Like let go of them sodas. I know I said it already, y'all, but I'm just gotta keep saying it. Just let go of the sodas, man. You know, candy. To get rid of it, especially if you're trying to heal. You know, I know it takes time, but do it. No junk food before bed. I know I'm sounding like somebody's father, but I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all know Virgos are health freaks. You know, and these are small, big things that you can do every day to help yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we lie, baby. You can do this every day to help yourself. I tell my mom these things. I'm like, Mama, um, don't eat that candy. I'll be like, yo, eat some fruit before you go to bed. You know, and she like, and so she do it. And sometimes she's like, Johnny, I got a confession. I ate a bag of M&Ms before I went to bed, and I felt bad. I was like, oh, I told you, Mama, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I be like, man, you know, yeah. So I tell my parents and stuff like that. But yeah, but that's I'm telling you, that's a big part of it, y'all. Like food that you eat, especially when you're going through these things. I know I'm sounding repetitive, but especially when you're going through, you need to watch everything that you intake is crucial. So also like I said, hit the gym, exercise, go for some walks. I'm telling y'all, it boosts your morale when you're broken. Exercise because it releases those chemicals in your body. I'm not a scientist. I don't know the name of all the chemicals. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to move and your body start to work, start to flow. You got to get to moving, baby. You got to get to moving. Don't be stagnant. They say faith without works is dead. You want to get healing, you got to move and you got to do everything. Eat, read, exercise, basic stuff that you hear all the time. So get to moving. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be no athlete. You ain't got to be Usain Bolt. You know what I'm saying? Get out, just go for a walk around the block, come back. You know what I'm saying? Walk around the house, come back. You will feel so much better. Hey, we all got a phone. Put it in your phone. We all got like an app in our phone that track our steps. Make it, make it a challenge to yourself. Let me see how many steps I got today. Let me see how much time I can get in this thing. You know? I'm telling y'all. What I'm saying is basic, but it makes a dynamic impact in your life on how you feel. So yeah, and be consistent with it. Cause that's my life's calling. That's why I name my channel J Whitfield Inspires, because I like to inspire people to be better versions of themselves. I know I talk about Virgos a lot, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we do, you know what I'm saying? But that's because I love it. And I love people to understand just what we are, men and stuff like that. But outside of YouTube, man, I'm in the streets. I'm in the church, I'm in the streets. And we out here with the people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all follow me on Instagram, man, J Whitfield Inspires. You'll see all the things I be doing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, about to get off this thing. I hope you know, I hope that can, I hope that helps somebody, you know. So y'all share me, y'all make sure y'all share this video because it's gonna help somebody. Like, of course, and hit the notification bell so you can know when I be going live. Because some of y'all be like, I don't never know when you're going live. You know, you gotta hit the notification bell, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all share this though, for real. Share this video so it can help somebody. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause somebody you know, they may need some healing or just some information. You know, all that good stuff. Don't keep it to yourself. You know. Yeah, it might have background. But I appreciate y'all, man. I couldn't get to all the questions and stuff like that. I ain't knowing y'all, man. But I just be flowing sometimes, man. You know. We gotta get out. You gotta get it out. But yeah, I do appreciate y'all for watching, listening, and stuff like that. And you know, we growing together. Get that healing, baby. And remember, this was for men and women. So yeah, holla at your boy.